You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We have a special guest in the building.
Yes.
Miss Constance C.R. White.
Thank you.
You have this book right now that I'm looking at, How to Slay. And it's Fashion Week.
I had a dream about this book.
Did you?
Because I saw it last week because our producer Taylor showed it to me, but then I had a dream that, it's weird, but I had a dream that Beyonce gave it to me.
Really?
What?
Explain,
It was so random. It was so random.
I love that dream, though. All the suggestion in that. Mm-hmm. In your head.
Beyonce
it's in your
slays.
head. How to Slay gets in your head. And then Beyonce, who's in the book, giving it to you.
Yeah, it was weird.
Is she saying because you know how to slay?
Oh,
or
he
she
doesn't
have
know
this
how to slay.
fabulous
I
book?
really don't. I have no idea because it was Beyonce and it was Jay-Z and it was Deontay Wilder. She gave me the book in the dream. It was so random.
You slay, Charlamagne.
Shut up.
Charlotte Slay.
He's on Charlotte Slay. I like it. He's on trend. We're both red. Ninja has a red lip. I like it.
Ambi, we got to give him
I got
a
red
lip.
underwear on.
Red underwear.
There you go.
But let's talk about this beautiful coffee table book that you have, and obviously your experience in the fashion business, because Fashion Week is coming up.
It is. Mm-hmm. We're in the heart of it. It's going to start with men's fashion week this week, and then we move into women's, and it's a fashion state of mind all the way. And you want to know how to slay, right? Whether you're in or outside of fashion, and how we've brought it. We brought it as Black people, how to slay.
It's interesting because our ideas of fashion are so different. Like some of the people that I feel like are most groundbreaking are the people who get criticized the most. And then there's people that could wear anything no matter what it is and still look good.
Yeah. I think a lot of times, and especially I think one of the things that we do in the Black community is take things, push it to the edge, right? And I'm not quoting a rap song right there. It's just like that, right? You know, we push it. And I think that's part of what you think about when you refer to people who like really take it there, or like most over the top sometimes, are the most fashionable trendsetters.
Right. You got to take a risk.
So who's the trendsetter now as far as, let's start with women.
Yes.
With what women set the trends that people should follow?
Clearly Rihanna.
Yeah,
Rihanna.
That's the first person you
right?
think
First
of.
person comes to mind.
Riri.
Great trendsetter in clothes, what she wears, in her makeup, her hair. Shout out to Ursula, her hairstylist. And one of the things that I think about when I think about Rihanna is that she really seems to have for herself, in an age of stylists, and of course I'm sure she works with stylists too, but really has a true sense of fashion and style, how to put herself together, what works, and how to really push it.
Now what about men?
Oh, men right now.
Russell Westbrook.
Pardon me?
Russell Westbrook?
Oh, yeah, Russell Westbrook. There are a lot of men who are setting the trends, who are sports, professional athletes. So Russell, as Angela said, I think is one. Dwayne Wade is another who's really pushed out there. Odell Beckham.
When you say pushed out there, do you mean it's stylish or is it just different? Because sometimes I see some stuff and I'm like, this is a little much.
A lot of that stuff, men will be like, that looks a little feminine. That looks gay. That's what they'll say.
A lot of stuff is looking feminine, especially if you look at some of the, like, Gucci's making blouses for men.
Yes.
That has to be considered feminine. With the little tie thing that hangs down.
Right.
Come on now.
But a lot of what we think of as gay today, tomorrow becomes really mainstream. When was it that men thought it was okay to wear pink, right? And then you had where some of the most hardcore guys started wearing pink.
Well, the gangsters always wore pink though. In all the mob movies.
Oh yeah, he'll make excuses for Cameron, but not for nobody else.
But not
Stop
Would you
it.
wear pink
Cameron and his fur
You never wore
pink.
pink?
Never.
Would you ever wear a blouse?
No.
Oh.
But he'd wear it if it was called a shirt.
That's a fact.
No, I wouldn't. I'm just not into that kind of
And
stuff.
what about-
I'm not a fashion forward person anyway.
What about somebody like Young Thug who wears dresses? And some people are critical of that.
Men have worn dresses throughout history, hundreds of years ago. You think about the Maasai who wear, historically wear something that could be now considered a dress in that the legs aren't separated. And then you think about the Scottish who wear a kilt. And,
So you would date a man that wore a dress?
Maybe.
I'm just asking.
Depends.
If it was nice.
Depends, how he puts
nice.
together. And
If
he
it
has
looks
like
good in
good,
it.
strong legs, masculine legs, and, and if he's not wearing high heels.
That's where you draw the line.
That's what I'm drawing the line.
Some Jordans.
What about a kitten heel?
A Kitten heel.
No.
No, not even a kitten heel.
Why is Fashion Week such a big deal?
You know what? Fashion Week has become something else to the broader public. So it's a big deal because really it's business being done. Right? Originally, historically, it's really a place for the buyers from stores to come and see what designers are offering. And that's just about business getting done. But then it's become something else where it's become this social moment. It's become this
Who's in the
place
front
where
row?
people who's in the front row, where celebrity careers can be, made and broken, and
Who's sitting next to Anna
so
Wintour?
it's really yes. So it's really a big deal because it's where business is getting done, and then these other things started happening.
Now I'm noticing that nipples are a huge trend now. See-through
Really?
shirts.
You
Any
started it,
particular
Envy.
reason
That's what
that
Envy's
you
getting
noticed
to.
No, I'm
that?
seeing it more and more and more.
You
Like,
On
started
men
that
or
trend.
women? Since we were talking about men, I was wondering.
The thing that we're born with is a trend.
as far as in fashion, if you notice, a lot of shirts are see-through. More and more clothes are see-through for women now.
Well, Envy actually has worn a
He
see-through shirt
definitely
before.
has.
That's why.
So he
he's
better
saying
not
this.
ever speak out against C2. I've seen you in sheer,
Yes.
sir.
I didn't see anything was wrong with it.
Yeah,
it.
he didn't, Charlamagne, he didn't say anything was wrong with it.
Okay.
He noted the trend. And I noted that he noted that trend.
Yeah.
He's done it. I've seen him.
I wore a sweater. It was a little see-through-ish.
And he didn't wear a bra. And he's got a little A cup.
No pasties or nothing.
Now, is that a trend now? Because I'm seeing that more and more and more, and I'm seeing that people
Nipples?
are okay.
We're still on nipples. Is that what he's talking about?
See-through shirts.
Oh,
And I'm seeing more and more people are okay with it because at one
Yes.
time you would not see that out in the street, but now it seems like it's okay.
This
it's
is
okay
true.
to see
This is
nipples.
true. More, well, it's when you say it's okay, I was about to answer and say yes, it is a trend. There's more and more breasts being shown. And it's something that's come and gone over the years. There was a big moment when it was so scandalous that Yves Saint Laurent showed a sheer shirt and you could see the woman's breasts. Now, a lot of people wear it, but is it acceptable? Depends where, right? It's probably acceptable at the club, yes, and even on a hot summer day on the street, but it's still not acceptable in the workplace.
I agree. He wore that shirt to work, and I was
You were
disgusted.
just undone.
I wanted to
You
call
were just-
HR.
I did
All
not wear
morning.
it to
Yes, you did wear that shirt
No, I
to
did
work.
not.
Yes, you
I
did. It
was
was
DJing
black.
Club
I
with
remember
G.
nothing lie.
Charlamagne was saying, where's compliance?
Yes, I remember that vividly.
Now, what are some other trends we should be looking out for right now?
Right now, two of the biggest, which I believe are strongly driven by the black community, but it's everywhere, is fur and boots.
Now, what about fur? 'Cause
High boots.
Some people don't like fur, and I'm noticing
Faux
like
fur?
Gucci is not wearing. That Gucci's not producing animal fur anymore. It's all faux. So, what do you think
Okay.
about the fur? And people
Because
don't-
when you went to get your seasonal coat, they said, no, we're not doing it anymore.
Look, I'm a little fashionista. If
Yeah,
you don't
he
know
is a
that, you know what I mean. I'm into my
fashionista.
fashion now. You know what I mean. I be following it, whatever I'm supposed to follow.
Since about 1988, the anti-fur movement has grown in strength. It's something that I don't think fur is going to go away in our lifetime. It began as a very natural way to make clothing, right? And for us to wear clothing. And now with people, some people being concerned, and understandably so, about cruelty to animals and making fur, then we have seen some designers step out of it because of pressure from PETA and other groups.
I've always liked fur, but I always thought that it was just a bougie thing to wear until you
Yeah.
actually feel that cold in New York or Chicago,
Chicago.
or Detroit somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be, I think, very bougie. I think now one of the things that designers have done and just people wearing it from the street have made it something that's much more accessible. It can be cool. It can be casual, whereas it used to be purely glamorous. And fur has gone to places. Look at all the people now wearing sports slippers with fur. It's gone to places we couldn't have imagined years ago. So that's, at the same time, paradoxically, that's made it more acceptable at the same time that there are people who are adamant against wearing fur because of how it's harvested in some cases.
What do you think about faux fur?
I like faux fur. I like, particularly, again, I think about the environment because some faux furs are made from petroleum and there are a lot of chemicals given off to make it. And it's very difficult to break down faux fur. But faux fur also has its pluses, too. And some people prefer that, prefer to, rather not wear a real fur, I'll wear a faux fur. And then you have the really hardcore anti-fur people who go like, I don't even like faux fur because it puts you in the mind that fur is acceptable.
Now, what about mixing brands? Like I'm seeing a lot more of that now. Like somebody might have a Louis Vuitton sneaker with a Gucci bottom and a Saint Laurent this. I see that seems like a trend now as well.
Yeah, you are a real
He
like,
is a
closet
fashionista. Yeah.
Wow. You know, he didn't even say like mixing
I wear
brands
hoodies here,
like
He's
but
very closeted, man.
very closeted.
I wear
No,
hoodies here,
Envy's a fashionista.
but on my day off I get busy.
Clearly, right. You know, like 3, 4 high designer luxury brands in a row. Not even like, you know, some people mix Gucci with the Old Navy shirt, which is probably more realistic. But yeah, mixing brands is also part of people wanting to dress in a personal way, right? You want to express your own personal style. And I feel like that's something, too, in the book. In How to Slay, you really show, while there are some famous people in the book, there are also pictures of people, you know, you never heard of. But I think it really, who are just slaying. You know, I think it really just illustrates how much people bring their personal style to how they dress.
Are there any trends that you hate right now? Like, ugh, I wish this would go away.
Let's see. You know, I really don't like when people wear jeans that are, I mean, overly ripped. It's like almost like it's not a jean anymore, but it's become like a piece of denim falling off your body. I wish that would go away.
I hate that too. I don't like that too. And you know what? It's not sexy at all sometimes because it's usually overly baggy. And it doesn't really look
not
good.
Sexy.
I like
when you
baggy
see it on
ripped
men,
jeans.
you don't like it.
I wasn't talking about men, you ass.
Oh, I'm just asking. I don't know. You just now you talk about black style a lot in the book. What is black style?
Black style is style that originates, or is really amplified by the black community.
Mm-hmm. Is there a set black style when it comes to wardrobe?
I don't know that there's a set black style, but there certainly are looks which for sure come out of the African American community.
Like Bo Derek braids?
Like Bo Derek braids. Yeah, Kim Kardashian braids, I hear is what they're called now.
Does that offend you
like
when you see
those.
stuff like that? Like, okay, these are, Kylie Jenner made the Timberlands poppin', or Kendall Jenner, or whoever it was. And here's Kim Kardashian with her Bo Derek braids. You feel like, come on, give us our proper respect.
It doesn't offend me when I see it. What offends me is sort of like how you just described it. Like, and that's how people describe it. It's like, oh, they're the Bo Derek braids. There's Kylie Jenner who popularized Timberlands, when that's absolutely not true.
They're not giving credit the way they should be giving the credit.
Giving the credit, right. That wasn't Timberland. That was African-American men saying, you know what, these work boots are actually cool.
Right, or the bamboo earrings when they try to say, oh, they have this on in Sex and the City. Now the bamboo earrings are coming back. Like, we never stop wearing those.
You never stop wearing them. There's, the baby hair, the things, things like that. So that's where the problem lies. When they don't give the credit.
And you said black style is personal, but also political. What does that mean?
It is. Well, it's the way. Example, you're sitting here wearing a hoodie, and a hoodie became the reason that a young man was killed. And it's quite frequent that in our community, what we wear or how we wear our hair, the clothing that we wear becomes something beyond being clothing, but something that represents the oppression of Black people, discrimination of Black people in society.
What do you think about the dress code in the NBA because of Allen Iverson?
Oh, I think that's cool. I think it just shows, again, it's like a really good example of the impact, that Black people have had on style. That, they looked at how this guy was dressing, and it was so powerful that they said, we're going to have some guidelines here. Like, you can't do that.
So what's next for women? What should women be focused towards, and what should men be focused towards?
In terms of
Clothes.
life plans?
No, clothes. We're talking style.
Well, probably the same section. Everybody's shopping in the same section now.
Probably,
yes,
yeah. There's a lot of fluid gender.
Right.
No, as far as style, like if a woman's listening now and they have a budget, and they say, well, what should I be looking for if I want to be fashion forward? Same thing with men.
Well, the first thing I would do is I'd think about the fact that we are in February, just starting off, And I would think about seasonless clothing that can take you, if you have your budget and you're about to go shopping and think about what you should get. First of all, think about what can I get now that will take me into spring, because spring is not that far away. And if you can have clothes that serve a dual purpose, that's a great way to stretch your budget and to utilize those coins. And then when you think about what you're actually going to go out and get, I definitely get a pair of jeans. Denim is huge, and denim is something you can wear now, and you'll be able to wear it in the spring with a different kind of top if it's jeans. And if it's a denim shirt or a denim dress, it also is something that you can layer and wear. And the second thing I'd recommend to purchase is something that perhaps is a jacket that can take you to evening from work. So I think those would be my two big recommendations.
And
stretch that budget.
Going back to the political, Black Stop Being political conversation, you said that many black women believe wearing an afro will impede their career success. Some people may consider an afro threatening. So what advice do you have for black women who feel that way?
I believe that you have to be pragmatic, but at the same time, be totally woke. Right? You have to. I think a woman who thinks about that, you can go natural, and you can push the boundaries, if you will, at your job. You have to know what workplace you're in, and I don't believe anyone should accept without a pushback that, okay, I can't wear my natural hair, I can't wear an afro on my job. I think I would put in writing and speak to the powers that be about, you know what, I want the freedom to wear my hair in a certain way, and look at, have information on your side. Look at how everyone else is wearing their hair, because there are reasons. If they say to you, you can't wear this afro, then you have to ask why. And once they start telling you why, you want to use that as a tool to win the right, which you already have the right, but win the right in your workplace to wear your afro.
Do you want to wear your afro, Sherman? You want to wear your afro?
No, but I would love to hear what corporate America would say against natural hair and afros at this point.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, in the last few years, you had a situation where someone in the military, right, was told.
Oh yeah, I know about that. I'm talking about like right now in 2018. I wonder what they would say.
Yeah,
to justify you not. Yeah, to
They
justify
really
you
can't
not
say
being able
anything.
to.
I don't think they can say anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Even at a chef, you could just.
I could
wear a
maybe
cap.
guess at some things they would say, but get educated guess, because based on things that have been said in the past, your hair's too long, or it's just not right, or it's unkempt, or it.
What do you think are some of the best collaborations that have happened between celebrities and clothing lines? Like, I see you have, of course, LL and his famous Kango hat that he always wore. Hammer had the hammer pants.
Right.
And now we see Dapper Dan has a store in Harlem with Gucci, finally after all this time.
Yeah,
so,
he got his.
And so what would you say are some of the best collaborations that you've seen? Somebody naturally wearing something, and then a brand has reached out and said, you know what, we love to work with you. And they kind of popularized something.
That's a good question. Who would I say? I have to think about that. Yeah, I'll get back to you on that.
Is the fashion industry lucrative for people who aren't designers?
It is. It can be.
Okay.
It is. And there are hundreds of jobs that the fashion industry has created. Everything from, of course, stylists, the ones that we know, which are more out front. And then behind the scenes, you have, oh my goodness, just in a design house alone, there's a sewer, there's a production person, there's the finance, accounting, all kinds of jobs.
Salespeople make a lot of money.
Salespeople.
Yeah, if you have a popular brand and they sell to stores, and that's very lucrative. That's what Fashion Week is kind of about.
Seems like a lot of the fashion is overly priced. Seems like they do it because I think people want to pay for stuff that other people can't afford sometimes, so they just buy it. I don't. Even some of the clothes, like for a long time, I thought Louis Vuitton was leather. I thought those bags were leather bags. Those are not leather, and they're getting $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 for those bags, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's the selling of the dream,
right?
Selling of luxury. That's kind of how you sell luxury, is to make it not available to everyone, not available to the masses. And one of the ways we do that is by making the price higher and higher.
But they will last pretty much forever, because I know the Louis bags I've had, I've never had any problems with them.
They do. They last a very long time.
All right.
Well, we thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Ms. White.
You're very welcome.
Her book, How to Slay. You can pick that up right now. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah, you didn't say you could pick it up at Amazon.
Go ahead, tell them.
BarnesandNoble.com, and there's a special price on right now.
Everywhere you buy books.
Everywhere that you buy books. Thank you for having me.
Who's your personal fashion icon?
I have quite a few.
But if you had to pick somebody that you feel like kind of got you into this business and
that got me
you
into
really
the business,
that maybe not personally, but that you knew personally, but maybe somebody that you watched and you were like fascinated as a kid, like, wow, that's amazing.
Well, I always thought Diana Ross was amazing or something. Diana Ross. Yeah, and I hope she comes to, her daughter tweeted, and I hope she comes to our party that we're having. We're having a launch party. You're all invited. Bloomingdale's on Wednesday from 6 to 8, and they're going to kick off How to Slay.
Okay. And come in and slay, man. Put in
come in. Let me see the
see-through
look.
shirt.
I mean, I might. Maybe I will.
The outfit.
Maybe I will. So I got some new see-through pants I might wear.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, you took it too far. No one wants that.
But thank you for hanging with us. It's Constance.
You're welcome.
It's the
It was
Breakfast
fun.
Club.
Thank
Good morning.
you.